Welcome to day number 4, where I take you on my 9x12 journey. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jose Morales, a 9x12er guy who shares his struggles and wins in my 9x12 business. And right now what I'm doing is just a quick little walk to burn off the breakfast that I just ate. And today is Monday, so here in a bit I have my daily accountability call. On this call, I just share one personal goal and one business goal for the day. And I would say that you should be doing this. And you can do this with a friend, a family member, or maybe even just record yourself saying your goals for the day. And if the goals end up being too big, or life just happens, just set that as the goal for the next day. Doing this, in my opinion, is going to help you stay on track. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this walk, and then I'll jump on that quick accountability call.
Jose!
So today my personal goal is to hit the gym later on tonight, more than likely. And then as far as business goes, I'm going to go visit local businesses to talk to them about my postcard. See if I can get anybody signed up today, or at least get some interest or something.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome.
I got that accountability call out of the way, so now I'm heading over to FedEx. I'm going to go get some of my info package printed off, because I'm going to go ahead and hit the streets today and visit some local businesses. And I apologize if my camera is shaky. I'm driving right now, but let's go ahead and go over here and get some of these printed off so we can visit some businesses today. I just pulled up to FedEx. I'm going to go in there, get these printed off. And I'm not an accountant or anything like that, but make sure that you guys are tracking your expenses. So this is going to be a business expense. Now, the software that I'm using is Wave. It's a free accounting software, and by no means am I a pro at it, but at least I am putting in all my expenses that I accumulate throughout the process. The other thing too is that I track my mileage when I'm out visiting businesses. I make sure that I'm jotting all that down. This way, by the time when tax season comes, I have all this information already ready to go. And, because I am running a real business, this isn't a hobby. I just thought I'd throw that in there again. I am not an accountant. I'm not a bookkeeper. So, just reach out to, an expert, but this is what I'm doing for myself. But anyhow, I'm going to go in there and get these printed off. Okay, so I got my info packets ready to go. Well, kind of ready to go. So now I have to sit here in the car and I'm going to put it together. I even brought my paper clips with me, and I'm going to put this packet together, and then I'm also going to put my business cards on there as well. And then we'll go ahead and start hitting some local businesses, and we'll see if we can get anything. Now, before I do any of that, this is all new to me. I'm not a salesperson, and going to these businesses, sometimes I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, or I don't know what the holdup is when it comes to why am I not getting people to actually jump on it. Part of me feels like I am doing it right, since I was able to sell a double slot, and that was $900. So just not sure what's happening, but I just got to keep knocking on doors, and the more no's that I can get through is getting me closer to that yes. Just like I talked about in one of my other videos, where that double slot that I sold, I was about to give up for the day. I was pretty burnt out because all day long nobody was taking me up on the offer. And then finally, at the end of the day, I got that one. So I was pretty excited about that. Unfortunately, I haven't had another bite, as far as somebody actually saying, hey, take my money. And that's what I'm trying to get to. So yeah, I'm going to sit here in the car and start putting these packets together so I can go and start knocking on some doors. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll see you here in a bit. So I'm at my first spot. Looks like this strip center has a few insurance agents, so let's go check that out. I wasn't able to lock anybody down. However, the insurance agent that I talked to gave me some referrals. So I have 4 contacts that he gave me that I will be able to reach out to. So that was a win. And then the other win, you could say, was this phone repair place, but he needs to talk to his brother because his brother's a partner. And, I'll just have to follow up and see where we're at. I'll give him a few days and, circle back. Now that I know his name, I'll be able to just pick up the phone and give him a call and just kind of start the nurturing process that way. I'm going to go ahead and go to the strip mall, the strip center that is across the street from this one, and we'll see if we can get anything going there, or maybe even get some more referrals. So I just pulled up to looks like they sell parts for trucks. and Jeeps and stuff like that. So accessories, I'm gonna go ahead and walk in here. This is a standalone building. We'll see what happens. I don't believe this is a national chain or anything like that. So let's go check it out. So that was a no-go. Well, I wouldn't say no-go. He did take the time to grab or look up the phone number to their corporate office. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a call. But I'm gonna go ahead and go to this next strip center and see if there's any local businesses there. Obviously, this one was kind of a chain type of thing or a company-wide type of business. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on to the next one. But at least now I have a contact for this one. And he said a lot of their marketing is done online. So maybe they'll be open to doing some print marketing. All right, let's go ahead and check it out.
It was made for barbarian.
Hello.
No,
My name's Jose, and I'm a local business owner, and I was just going around seeing if I could, I don't know the owners here that I could talk to, or he's only here on the weekends? Okay, all right. So, like, what would be a good time, like on either one of those days? Or I guess when is a good time for you guys, like when it's like not busy, I don't want to come in here Saturday afternoon. Okay, and what was her name?
The name Lance.
Lance? Okay. All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, how are we doing? Hey, my name's Jose. I'm a local business owner. So I was seeing if the owner was here or somebody that I could.
You just missed him by about 3 minutes.
Oh, really?
He should be in here. You should be able to expect him tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like, what would be a good time when you guys are like not like
Not too busy.
Yeah.
I think this time right now. Would be
around this time?
Yeah.
Okay. And what was his name?
100% sure if you're gonna see it's two business owners. It's
Oh.
Alex and then the other one's Eddie.
Okay, so
Because you wanna-
so Alex or Eddie?
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Okay, so there's a few more shops that I'm gonna go into, so let's go check them out. Hello. I don't know if you can hear me with the music, but my name's Jose. I'm a local business owner, and I was looking to see if either the owner or manager was around that I could
He
talk
won't
to.
be here till Monday morning about 10:30 a.m.
Monday, 10:30.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
He'll be here for about 30, 45 minutes. So,
And you said what time?
probably about 10:30, between 10:30 and 11 Monday morning.
Monday. Okay.
Yeah, he's in and out of here. He's hard to get a hold of.
And what was his name?
Mark, M-A-R-K.
Gotcha. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully you guys had a good lunch. Did you have a good lunch?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Hello. My name's Jose. I'm a local business owner. And I was just, what was her name?
Belinda.
Belinda?
Mhm.
Nice to meet you, Belinda.
Nice to meet you.
So I'm basically just looking for other business owners that would want to partner up in a direct mail campaign. So what I'm doing is I'm putting together this postcard here. So this is just a sample, and I'm sending out about 5,000 of these.
Okay.
It came out to like 4,994, so 6 short. So almost 5,000, right? So I'm just looking to see, and I'm gonna have like non-competing businesses on here.
Okay.
So I just figured, an insurance.
So what
insurance
do you
would be good.
display those?
So the U.S. Post Office will be.
In the mail?
Yeah, will be in the mail. Gated communities can't really go put flyers, or anything like that. So you can bypass all that with being on the postcard. So
Okay.
as an example, if you guys were to sign up, then there wouldn't be no other insurance agency on
I
here.
see.
So unlike like Valpak or magazines where they put your competitors in there, you would not have that. you wouldn't have that here with
What is your
this.
cost for that?
So I have everything right here.
Oh,
Here's a
perfect.
packet. So here is the prices.
Is that a one-time deal, or how many times do they go out?
So it's a one-time deal, and
Okay.
there's no contract. So if you were like, I don't want no other insurance agent to be on this card, then you can just every month, do it. But the minute that you were like, hey, I don't want to be on it anymore, then that opens the door for another insurance person until they decide, hey, I'm going to pause it, right? So I have basically these two sizes right here.
Okay.
So this one and then this bigger one that's a double.
So it's
double
5 or
slide.
9.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So the owner will be in later in the week. Can I keep this
Yeah.
with him?
Yeah,
And this
absolutely.
is your
Correct. Uh-huh.
perfect. Okay. Man, everybody's hit me up for advertising
Oh, really?
this week. Yeah. Or you're the first one this week, but I had a lady last week that her son does magazines
Okay.
and puts magazines out somewhere, but I didn't do the magazine.
Yeah. No, the way
Nobody reads magazines.
Well,
anymore.
so for me, I'm always like, and I don't know if they're going to mail those magazines out. I don't know if they're going to put them on a rack. Because I mean,
I'm
there's
not sure.
there's like because there's both of those where sometimes
Yeah.
they'll put them on a rack and all that. But I'm just like, who's going to pick them up?
Yeah.
and then they gotta open it, you know.
And if you're not on the front, then it's yeah.
So with this one, it's like the minute do you normally at your home, do you get anything this big that
I
comes through your
don't.
mailbox?
Did I recall? I don't think so.
So with this, it's just like they open up the mailbox and it's, you know, attention grabbing, and there's no envelope to open like a mail pack, and there's no magazine. I have to sit there and flip through the pages to try to find you.
So it
it's like
comes
instant.
just like that.
Yeah, so it'll be just like this. So so right now I have some restaurants that are going to be on here, and think of it as it being sticky, because if somebody, for example, is not in the buying cycle for insurance, but now because there's restaurants, people are going to hold on to it, and now you get to piggyback right off of them and stay in the home longer. And then this would kind of, we see it more as a resource, because it's just like, oh, here's all these local businesses in my backyard. So it could end up being on somebody's fridge too.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Right, versus a magazine that it's not going to be on the fridge.
That's pretty cool. I'll get with him and see what he says. I'll give you a call either way.
Okay.
That way, because I don't like to leave people just standing.
I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, that'd be awesome if you guys could be on it and lock that in. But you know,
that'd be cool. I like that idea, honestly. That's probably, you're the first one that's presented something that I actually like.
Well, yeah, because
we're on their menu,
Gotcha.
so things like that. You know, I like those things. It doesn't require a whole like all of this.
Yeah, so I'm eliminating the friction, right? The friction points.
Yes.
The friction with the magazine is like you got to hope that somebody picks it up.
Yeah.
Another friction point is you got to hope that they flip through the pages. Another friction point is that they find you before they find a competitor. So, but this one is just like you open up the mailbox. What is this?
See, and I would flip it.
Yeah, there you go. So instantly you're gonna see it. And,
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. And I hate to trouble you some more, but by any chance, do you know any local businesses in the area that you feel that would be a good fit for this?
Let's see.
Anybody like that you would be able to refer me to?
Have you been next door to Mission Barbecue?
No, but I'm trying to keep it as much local as possible. It just kind of depends, but I already have a barbecue restaurant.
So the lady over there, it's Nana.
Okay.
She cuts my hair. She would be interested.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if the law goes into effect for sure tomorrow, but whenever I went and got my hair cut last week, the ladies were in an uproar over there because effective July 1st, I think eliminating all requirements for cosmetology school.
Oh, I
so
think I heard
if I
something
wanted
about
to go
that.
open a shop tomorrow to cut hair without a license, I could. So maybe she might be interested in some advertising at the moment.
Gotcha.
Just to put that in your ear. But these salon ladies they're a little angry right now too, I'm sure, so be careful.
Yeah. No, I think I did hear something about that, but in my head I'm thinking, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of people that probably learn stuff on YouTube or something. I don't know how you would learn to cut hair. But.
Well, you know how those hair ladies talk, and you get all the information from those places when you're in there. One of them was actually on the phone with state boards or something. It was. So beware if you go in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as far as anybody else, not really, because they're your basic.
Okay.
You know, I get my nails done down here. They're really good people.
Okay.
But as far as the rest of it, it's all chain stuff, or everybody knows it.
Okay. Awesome. And you said, and which one was it? It's across the street?
And tell her Belinda at the insurance office sent you over there. She might text me.
Why are you sending people? Stop sending people over here.
Sending people over here. You know, we're mad today. Oh, you know what? They may not be open on Mondays.
Okay. All right.
Hair salons aren't open on Monday, but she might be. I don't.
Okay. Yeah, I can swing over there, just give it a quick check. Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate your time, Belinda.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's nice and cool in here, so hopefully it's not too hot when you guys head out.
It's kind of humid. I had to go to my car a few minutes ago, and it was a little humid. I had to crack my windows, but yeah.
Yeah, because I'm out there trying not to melt while I'm walking around.
Yes, exactly.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. I see you guys are busy. I was just looking to see if the owner was here. The owner, but I see you're busy. The owner of this place? Oh, I'm a local business owner, and I just wanted to talk to the owner about some marketing, about some advertising. No? Okay. All right. Thank you. You have a good one. Okay. So I just went into the strip mall here, went into the local businesses. There's a couple of chains in here. So just made sure I went to the local businesses. However, that insurance agency, I don't know if that one was a local one or not, but I walked out of there with a lead for the salon, and it almost sounded like she is the one that kind of gives the information over to the to the owner. Hopefully you guys were able to hear where she was talking about how people have been coming in there trying to pitch advertising to them, but what I'm pitching is completely different, and she liked the whole idea, the whole concept. She mentioned the restaurant next door, and it's like an old school diner, and they have those tables that have all the different ads on them. And they also have those menus that have all the ads on them. And then they also have a TV that has all these ads on it. Hopefully you guys know the kind of little diners that I'm talking about. And with that one, I need to come back on Monday. That is when the owner will be there. And let's see what else. And then as you heard, there's also at this nutrition, kind of like I don't know if it's a smoothie shop or something. The owner will be there this weekend, so I'll need to come back this weekend. It's only Monday, so I got a few days, and then I'll come back over here on Saturday, see if I can catch the owner and talk to him. And then I got to come back over here tomorrow and see if I can catch one of the owners from the phone shop that I went into. So there's two owners, two partners, so I'll come back tomorrow for that and see if I can catch them and see if I can get anything out of that one there. So there's still quite a bit of different strip centers that I can go to. You know, since I've been doing this, I've been going to a lot of them, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, where's some other ones at, because I feel like I've hit all of them. So I'm at another strip mall, and there's a tanning salon that had reached out to me on Facebook. So I'm gonna, since I'm here and they're actually in the strip center, I'm gonna go ahead and go follow back up with them and see where they're at, see if they have any questions. Hopefully the owner's here, but only one way to find out. Gotta go in there. All right, let's go check it out. Hello. Is Christy here by chance?
She's not. She'll be at the lunch tomorrow morning.
What?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, I'm Jose. I was here like maybe a few weeks ago when you guys were getting here.
Sir, it's Monday, and you guys all keep soliciting and stuff on Monday,
Okay,
and
all
we're
right.
extremely busy. I apologize.
No. You don't need to
Yeah, if you
apologize.
want to leave a card.
Can I do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying our phones are ringing.
No. That's a good thing. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, well, no luck so far. So the owner wasn't here. The owner's going to be at another location, but that other location's like 30 minutes away from here in a completely different city. I'm going to have to just reach out to her, probably have to give her a call and see if I can reach her that way. And then there's another insurance spot here in the strip center too. And this is my third attempt of trying to talk to him. And every time that I go in there, they're busy, and it was the same thing as you heard right now. But this time I just decided to go ahead and just give them my information packet. And this information packet that I did this time is nicer, it's cleaner, it's like a brochure almost, it's in color. So we'll see what happens with this one. But it seems, again, every time I try to talk to this insurance agent, like they're always on the phone. But anyhow, all right, well, I might hit a few more places. Okay, so I'm sure you guys are going to give me some feedback down below and let me know how I'm doing, right? So I'll be looking forward to those comments. Again, this is the first time that I am like going out and trying to offer something like this, and I don't know, I'll eventually get it. And, you know, obviously I'll take the feedback and I'll work on implementing that feedback into my approach. But you know, it's really hot outside, which I much rather have the heat than the cold winters. But now I'm probably going to go and do some more, and we'll see if I get anything on this next round. But I'll catch you guys here in a minute. What I'm doing right now is I am driving around the zip code that I'm going to be sending off these postcards. And the reason for that is I'm looking for the names of each gated community. I won't be able to get all of them, but as I'm driving by and I'm seeing those, I'm writing those down. This way, when I'm writing an ad, or when I'm writing a post, or when I'm talking to local business owners, especially home service businesses, I'll be able to call out specific neighborhoods. And more than likely, it's going to be the home service businesses that are going to be more familiar with the names of each neighborhood, especially these higher end neighborhoods. And I think, I'm hoping that that's going to be another thing that I can use to help me. But so far right now, it's still a struggle. But that's what's happening to me. There's a lot of other 9x12ers that are having amazing luck, whether it's through email, whether it's going, in person. But there's somebody out there that's having success, and then there's some of us like me that we're having a hard time. And I did think about maybe switching to different suburb, but it's times like this right now where it's very draining. You start to get down because you're like, why are other people having this amazing success, which especially when they start talking about that they're selling 2-3 cards at the same time in a matter of weeks, and then here you are trying to do one card and you're just on the struggle bus. So right now, to be honest with you, I am feeling pretty down, and I'm just like, well, let me go and drive around and write down the names of some of these neighborhoods. I was trying to do it on Google at one point, but I couldn't figure out how to pull up the names of these gated communities, and I hadn't gone out to actually drive it and see. But right now I have 11 different gated communities that I'm going to be able to call out and use while I'm talking to business owners. And there's a lot more than that, but that's a good start. And the other thing too is I have the map from the post office, but it's in black and white, and the quality of the printout wasn't that great. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not going to a spot that's not actually on one of those routes that I have on there. So I was being really careful with that piece. Don't let my journey discourage you if you haven't jumped into the 9x12 industry yet, into this niche. It doesn't mean that what's happening to me is what will happen to you. Like I said, there's a lot of other people that are doing the 9x12 that are having amazing results, and that's what I'm after. And eventually I'm going to hit it, and once I hit it and once I'm able to sell that first card, then hopefully it'll be smoother sailing. But right now I am on the struggle bus. It is depressing, but the only thing I can do is keep going and keep trying to figure out my messaging. If my messaging is off, keep trying to figure out my approach. The other thing I think that I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a list of all the new businesses that have opened up in my area. I'll probably start off with the last 30 days maybe, or you know what, maybe I'll do the last 60 days. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll be able to pull businesses specific to the zip code, and if not, I'm just going to have to just reach out to them anyways, or go over there and kind of go from there. But as you guys saw, I went out there and wouldn't say that I didn't get anywhere. I walked away with some referrals and whatnot. So, but that's all I got for right now. Yeah, like I said, just because I'm not having the success right now, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't have the success. Maybe you would be one of those that jumps into the 9x12 niche, and all of a sudden, you sell out a card within a week or two. But there's only one way to find out, and that's for you to do it. Just like the only way for me to find out if I was going to be able to do this in X amount of time frame was to actually go out and do it, and I'm doing it. And that time frame for me is not as short as it is for some others. If this is happening to you, if you're currently doing the 9x12, we'd love to hear it. would love for you to, you know, drop a comment down below and let me know if you're also on the struggle bus. And if you're having success, you know, drop that below and maybe give me some pointers, because like I said, right now feeling pretty down, but I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to hit the gym, and then that should help me out. So anyhow, I will catch you guys on the next video.